Hello everybody, it's EzraTime again here and welcome back to another anime review. And today I want to review an anime called A Couple of Cuckoos, which is a harem anime, obviously, that was released in 2022. I actually, in terms of harem anime, that's sure that some of them are ridiculous, obviously, because it's harem anime, and then you get some tropey stuff like a dance main character and all that kind of stuff, and then it's gonna take like maybe multiple seasons for him to realize the feelings, which is super frustrating. um but I would say that A Couple of Cuckoos is one of the harem anime that I actually quite enjoy. I know people say this anime is mid, and I understand why some people think that, because the plot and the premise is just like ridiculous, right? But at the same time, like, well, I don't know, man. Harem anime has always been ridiculous, so I'm all for it. Like anime in general, like some of them are like great, but some of them are just like super ridiculous. And I think A Couple of Cuckoos was like, yeah, it's there is some ridiculousness to the plot, but it's not that bad in my opinion, And obviously we're gonna get to that the reason why I think it's not that bad, and the reason why I think it's one of the better, I guess, the better harem anime out there. I mean that's debatable for sure, but this is just my opinion that I think this is a good harem anime. So yeah, so the premise of the A Couple of Cuckoos, is actually this is the ridiculous point, which is Erika Amano, and then the main guy, Nagi Umino. Basically, both Nagi and Erika got switched at birth, and that's basically the basic premise of this anime. And yes, that's what I meant when this anime has some like ridiculous part, which is like, yeah, I don't think you can switch birth at switch your child at birth, but well, I mean that happened in this anime. Nagi and Erika got switched at birth, and obviously they both didn't actually notice until like later on when they were teenager, and then both of their parents realized that, well, even though they're not their actual son and daughter, they still love their kids, because like, well, they grow up for like 15 years raising them, and basically Nagi and Erica kind of meet each other in the beginning, and they didn't exactly know that these two are actually like switched at birth. They both didn't know that until in the restaurant scene, I think, where the parents met, and then they actually plan to make Nagi and Erika, marry each other so they can like become their parents, be like parents-in-law and all that kind of stuff, right? And that's the basic premise of the show. And obviously, I love how Erika just like suddenly punched Nagi, because like Nagi said, "Well, you should punch the guy that you were going to marry, because if you don't like it, then you should punch him, And then Erika was like, "Well, I kind of wish you were my, I wish I was married to you, Nagi, And then, well, surprise, surprise, she actually married to Nagi, and then she decided to punch him, which is, wow, okay, uncalled for, but whatever, it's funny. Um, but of course, as the show moved forward, we figure out that Nagi Umino, like, this is why I think the anime is like a better harem anime in my opinion, because the main protagonist Nagi Umino wasn't exactly like super dense. Like, yeah, he is dense, he is stupid at times. However, it doesn't take like 10 episodes or like an entire season for him to realize that, oh, that was stupid, or like, oh, like this girl actually liked me. Like, he wasn't that dense. Like, when he was dense, it was just there for like a couple of minutes, and after that he immediately realized himself that, oh, wait a second, this girl liked me, right? And all that kind of stuff. The best example that I can remember of it, I think, when Nagi and Erika just like running in a park, I think, because Erika was like jealous of Hiro, which we're gonna get to there later. And Nagi basically like, what are you acting like this, Erika? Kind of like the dance protagonist, right? Doesn't exactly understand what the hell is going on. But Nagi was like immediately realized that, wait a second, Erika, like, are you jealous? And then Erika was like, huh? What are you talking about? And then Nagi was like, well, and he proceeded to explain it like, oh, well, I think it's kind of makes sense that you actually jealous because you like me, don't you? You actually like me. Like, he actually said that in front of Erika, which I think is I don't know, it's new for a harem protagonist, because a harem protagonist will never do that. They're always gonna be dense no matter what, right? But Nagi's just different, like he's dense couple of minutes and then immediately realized that, and then just immediately asking the question directly to the girls, which obviously doesn't get an answer back, the typical stuff. But that's why I really like Nagi Umino as the protagonist. Sure, he's not a perfect protagonist. He is sometimes annoying, I admit that, but I feel because he is so much different than the rest of the harem protagonists that I know, like he's not, like, he's dense but not for long, like and when he realized that, he immediately went in and asking the question directly, and it was like, wow, okay, what a change. And then On top of that, he can actually fight, and I think it's not the first protagonist that I can, arm protagonist that can actually fight, but I think it's just nice that he actually can fight and can defend himself, where he also defend Erika from a bunch of stalker, but yeah, so the other girls on the show besides Erika is basically Hiro Segawa, which is Nagi's crush, and this is also one of the elements that I actually quite like, even though I think Hiro is the my least favorite girls in the show, I'll be honest, but I feel like the reason why Nagi is like studying and all that kind of stuff, because I feel like some anime that I watch, like quintessential quintuplets, is like have a harem protagonist that's actually a nerd, like studying and all that kind of stuff, right? And the reason is always going to be like, oh, I'm helping the family, which is also the reason why Nagi study helping the family. However, there is an extra spice to it where he basically has a crush on Hiro Segawa, and then Hiro is like the smartest kid on the school. So he decided to just like, so that's why he decided to study hard, like both for helping the family, obviously, but also the big goal is like to gain attention from Hiro, like if he can actually get on the first place, then maybe Hiro will go out with him, and that's basically become his goal, which I quite like it, but obviously after a while it becomes like annoying in my opinion, because like Hiro Segawa is like, again, my least favorite girls in the show, mainly because like she has a nice personality, like she's understanding with Nagi, but I feel like she's kind of manipulative in my opinion, because like there is some mysterious engagement with her also, and then the idea that you need to go to the first place, so you can date me and all that kind of stuff, and then like after a while it becomes annoying, like legit, because I feel bad for Nagi because he start trying so hard, and it's pretty clear that he has a crush on Hiro, but Hiro just like kind of play with him in a while in the school, where basically just like, the first one, you need to win a couple of more times so we can date or something like that, which is just like, it becomes annoying, it becomes like super repetitive after a while. And I'm just like, look, Hiro, like if you like him, just say you like him. If you don't like him, just say you don't like him, please. You're torturing Nagi, you're torturing the audience, and you're torturing me, because like we have to wait a couple of more episodes, and I'm assuming a couple of more episodes, maybe multiple seasons, before we see what's gonna happen with Hiro and Nagi. And honestly, I'm not really rooting for Nagi and Hiro, to be honest. I mean, I said that I did quite like that add to the goal why Nagi study hard, but at the same time, I don't really support them, to be fair. That's why I think Hiro is like my least favorite girl. Like she doesn't reject him. Maybe she did reject him in some of the episodes, but and then she just got jealous, and I was like, okay, cool, I guess. But obviously, whatever. I guess with Hiro, we'll see where that character's gonna go. But obviously the third girl is obviously Nagi Umino, I think, which is basically Erika's like biological sister, and then obviously you have this element of in the anime in general where it was like, oh, like I guess Oni-chan is exactly my brother, right? And kind of like domestic girlfriend kind of stuff, especially like Giguk or Gon mentioned that. I was like, yep, there it is. I see the clip online where he reacted to A Couple of Cuckoos, and it was like, yep, there it is. There it is right there. And it was like, yeah, I mean, when Sachi basically said that, oh yeah, I guess he's not exactly my brother, I was like, oh, okay, we're going to this direction. And that turned some people off, which is understandable because it was super ridiculous. But in my opinion, I was fine with it, because again, like, sure, in real life if this was happening, then yeah, that's like disgusting, obviously. But it's an anime, it's a harem anime, so I think like it's like you need to turn your brain off when you watch this anime, because like, again, the premise of the show is already fucking ridiculous. Like, they got switched at birth. Like, that already was ridiculous, and then I don't know why people expecting this to be like a really realistic or like not ridiculous anime. Like, come on, man, it's a harem anime. It's an anime, turn your brain off, it's totally fine. And then some people say Sachi is like the best girl, which I understand why, because I mean, she is cute, number one, and she is basically start to reconnect with, or like start to connecting with his with Erika, which is like her actual sister. And I think Erika and Sachi does have a really great chemistry, giving their sister and all that kind of stuff, and I really really like that. um and it's also, I mean, yeah, there is some point where he just decided to beat Nagi out of nowhere, but I guess that's her character. Okay, it is kind of annoying, but whatever, it does happen. And yeah, obviously in the recent episode, it shows that she was jealous of Hiro, and then I think Sachi also liking Nagi. It's pretty clear, right? And I think that's why we get the harem, Erika, Sachi, and then Hiro, and I think Erika and Sachi are like both best girl for me, and then Hero is like the bottom, you know, in my opinion, because like I don't know, she's just like mysterious and then like has some goals, has some like you know, basically demanding goals for Nagi, and I was like, come on, man, like just say if you like her, just say it, you know. It's getting pretty tiresome, but either way, I mean, those are the goals. I think it's really fun, and obviously it's really fun when they're all three of them actually talking to one another, you know, because that's what I'm waiting for when they got introduced, like Erika, Hero, and Sachi. I was like waiting for the three of them to get together and then just talk. I don't know, just talk. I guess just chat, you know, that kind of stuff. And you kind of get that in the latest episode, which I really like that. Because I think they all has some great chemistry. You know, depending which one is your best girl, I think the three of them has a great chemistry as a friends. You know, and I guess sister as well. You know, and I heard there's like a fourth girl that is yet to be introduced. You know, but I think she's gonna appear in the last episode of this season. You know, because this season one has like 24 episodes. Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get season two at some point in the future, maybe 2024, right? So I think there's like a fourth girl, which is I think Nagi childhood friend, maybe. I have no idea. That's what I heard, but I'm not exactly sure. I know there's a fourth girl. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't exactly know the information that well, and yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see what this fourth girl is going to be. I guess. We'll see how the story is going to went forward from this. You know, I know that some people read the manga. I know that kind of stuff, and some people said the manga wasn't that good, especially after the recent chapter. Which okay, but don't spoil it for me. You know, because I feel like I might read the manga in the future and just I don't know, give some impression maybe in the future. Who knows? But it's just like yeah, some people who read the manga, which is especially seeing the latest chapter, wasn't very happy and wasn't very fond of the writing, you know, because I feel like I think the writing wasn't perfect, but I was okay with it at least for this moment. But at the same time, like it's like okay, like we're at this chapter, but like we're still at this moment. Are you kidding me? You know, like not entirely on the same character, but like you know, some character stays the same after like so many chapter, and I was like, oh man, really, really, we get this far and then you still say things like that? Come on, man. Like I think it's time to change. You know, I know that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna leave it to that. But either way, yeah, I really enjoy A Couple of Cuckoos. I think it's one of the good harem anime out there. And yes, that's debatable for sure. And of course, it's not for everyone. I understand that, but I love it. I love this anime. I think it's fun. I love the girls. You know, even though here is like the least favorite girl, but I don't exactly, you know, whatever. I think I've seen worse girl out there. You know, like Yandere and all that kind of stuff, right? So here was like, okay, she might not be the best girl in this show, but it was like, all right, I guess. At least he has a good chemistry with, you know, Erika and all that kind of stuff, right? And then I guess with Nagi as well, you know. So I love all the girls, you know, and I actually love the main protagonist, you know. Sure, he's not perfect, you know. He's kind of a dumbass in some way, and then like frustrating to watch, but it doesn't stay that for long, and that's why I give this show like a lot of like thumbs up, you know. Like it doesn't like make the protagonist super dense for like a whole season, you know. Like he's like, yeah, he immediately realized that, and it's amazing, you know. But I guess that's my review for A Couple of Cuckoos, guys. Again, if you guys already watched the show, then you guys can tell me your opinions about it in the comment section below. Do you guys love it? Do you guys hate it? And who is your favorite girl? You know, is it Erika, Sachi, or Hero? You know, if you guys haven't watched this anime, then well, I guess you could give it a watch. You know, it's not the type of anime that you need to use your brain. You need to turn off your brain to enjoy this anime, really, because again, it's a harem anime, right? So I guess if you guys want to watch like a fun harem anime, then A Couple of Cuckoos, then I think will give you that. So I recommend you guys go watch it. You know. Um, and yeah, if you guys enjoyed this review, then leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, the usual stuff, and stay tuned for more anime or like movie reviews in the future. And I want to say thank you for everybody who's still supporting the channel. I really appreciate you guys support on it. You know, thank you so much for that. And again, I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Then, bye.